Good night, everyone. Today is Tuesday around 8 p.m. New York time, guys. Nothing has changed today. Uh, we haven't done that many days today of videos or anything. It's because we almost ready with a new site. We were working on it. You guys gonna love it. Probably it's gonna be out. By Thursday. But we were probably gonna wait until the weekend to or launch the new weekend update with the new site. So technically speaking, we're almost there already. Now, markets wise, nothing has changed in some degrees, and I'm going to explain to you overall what is have changed and what if no has changed. This is oil, guys. Nothing has changed. Still, we see the move in oil to around 107. That move is taking a stand by the days. In other words, it looks like a possible triangle consolidation wave B right here before the C take place. But what I mean is that that move is taking steam, means that the whole market is lining in favor of this move right now, at least today. As you guys know, since last week on Friday and over the weekend, we keep saying that we believe that the euro is going to test higher than lowest on the dollar. Well, it looks like, we don't want to, sounds victorious or something like that, but something is cooking right here which can be favoring that move at the moment. Now, in oil, it's bid C, which is going to take S&P higher, which is going to take dollar lower. That's oil. Now, let's move on, guys, to the US dollar. US dollar right here. All right. Let me say it. Okay. On the US dollar, like we said yesterday, and this is something, guys, I want you guys show it to you guys, is because as I forecasted, our priority is not give you guys trades or anything like that, but we would like to show you guys how to read the market, and we also provide some trades. Today it was a typical day that you don't trade. Why? Because like we explained yesterday, we got WSY here. We were calling it yesterday as a 2. Right now, a 2 is an alternative. For us, this looks more like either a 1 2 1 2, but this 2 right here is only a 38 or 2%. This looks more like 3 ways down, 3 ways out to the 1.618 right here, exactly right there, and then now she started move down against the dollar. That move right there is gonna go pretty well with the oil higher and the S&P higher. Now, what happens is this also can be 1 2 1 2. So technically speaking, as far as this level is there, which is 75.30 area, still the possibility of the 1 2 1 2 is taking in place. This is not a wave 4 and shouldn't be a wave 4, only because the reason that wave, they have time relationship, and then if you mention this wave 4, it passed already passed the 2618%. That do not happen like that. Usually wave 4 ends around the 138 or 2 or the 1618 of the times that took the wave 3. So technically speaking, guys, you guys need to wait. If you want to take a dollar loan, you gotta take it against this level. This level is the invalidation technically about this being 1 2 1 2, but it looks like we already have divergency and the move lower right here. We got 1 2, possible 3 4 something, and do not get surprised to see a move in favor of the dollar below before the dollar gets lower. But technically speaking, not too much happened, only that the distance and times of this move right here is telling me that possible this is nothing more than a flat when you got 3 ways down, 3 ways out. Now, still, I want to be clear about it, still can be a possibility of the 1 2 1 2. So far, I'm going to explain the dollar when the euro dollar. So far, it looks like it is a three-way, but do not get surprised to see if you take a fib here to the low. Do not get surprised to see a move higher to around 76, and then the 5 ways lower. Another low, guys, in this dollar right here is gonna create a temporary top right here on the dollar, and the dollar is gonna drop to a minimum around 78, 80, 74 area before bouncing back. Now let's move on to the individual pairs. Okay, in the individual pairs, let's start with the euro dollar. The euro dollar, same scenario as you guys know on the dollar. The only thing is that we have switched the label. Before we used to have this as a 2 and a technically 8. Today it looks more like this is nothing more than 3 ways out. This is the end of one, 3 ways down, out, 3 ways down, and a move higher. So far we can count 5 here, we can count 5 here, and a high above 141.34 is gonna complete a 5 ways move, and it's gonna put a temporary lot in the euro. Then the euro needs to get a print about 143.47, which is gonna go to 144 area, and we're gonna be looking forward with a new high to buy the euro here. Market correlation sheet, to be honest with you guys, is calling for this move, because this move higher is gonna make the S&P goes higher, it's gonna make oil goes higher, it's gonna allow the euro switch to go higher, it's gonna allow the euro CAD to go higher. I mean, a lot of pairs that are calling for a risk higher. That can be the case. That can be the case with that move higher there. All right. So again, guys, in the euro dollar, very simple. A take of 141.40 area is gonna create overlapping. Is gonna be enough to go long against this move right here. A take of 142.32 is the final confirmation, and 144.32 is take. You can take longs, guys, against the lows, and you're always gonna win that trade. All right, guys, that's the euro dollar. Now let's move on now to the euro pound. As you guys know, we got into right here today, but I don't believe right now that this is the end. We can count 5 ways here, 6, and the new low to around 86.95 is gonna be corrective enough structure. Still can be the case that this is A. We got A, B, C, another 5 down here, and then another move higher. We are still gonna have the second leg of the order around 88. We want to see the low when the secondary low is placed right here, so we can measure the wave, and we're gonna adjust the order. It was a beautiful trade this morning. Unfortunate, we got stopped out with only a minimum profit, but do not matter, guys. We are all over this trade, and we're gonna get it. But it looks like that this is half of the meaning of the B way going higher, guys. That's the way we see it. Right here, this is the Swiss franc. To be honest with you guys, this is one of the counts that we like the most. Both Jens and me, we love this count, and I'll tell you guys why. Because from here what we got is ABCWS, ABCWSY. So technically 3 ways here, 3 ways here. Now that's create A. We got 3, we got a 3 right here, 3 back, and we have a clear 5 ways here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And so this is B, this is A when B was a flat. But the best about it is that if we take this move lower right here, we got 1, 2, and the next we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we got 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So most likely, look, we got divergence to the downside. So that means that this is a 5 wave move when you got 1, 2, 3, possible 3 right here, like a flat 4 and a 5, something like that, or this is 4 and this is 5. So most likely these 5 ways here together with these 5 ways here makes the count that the euro is gonna go higher most likable. Why? Because this is A and 5, we're gonna get 3 and B to around 88.50, and then let's get back to the hour, and then the market is gonna go lower to around 86.97 minimum. That's when our entry is before I'm sorry, before the market is gonna go higher. So that's telling me that there is more US dollar weakness to come. That's telling me that it's like a 95% sure that the dollar is making a bull trap, and many traders, they're gonna get caught in that trap. Again, if you wanna buy the dollar, do it with a small risk. Tie stop, guys. Like in this, I won't buy in this one. But there are pairs that you can take the risk, like the euro dollar. You can take the risk, but you gotta be a well defined and a small risk. Now, this is the pound. We hit it this morning here, but I want to show you guys, and I want to say to you guys, when we keep saying that the risk in this pair is right here. Risk means that this is when the stop should be placed if you're going to take long short position. Why? Because from here we can see 5 3 5 3 5 3 5. That's WS. I mean we can see W here. Now this whole scene right here can be still a B way. Why, guys? Let me show you why. Because you can call A, B, C. This is A, B, C. This is B. Let me see. How was it? Okay, this is A, and then this is 3 down, 3 back. I'm sorry. So this is A, this is B. When B was a flat that you got 3 downs, 3 up, and 5 downs, and then all you're gonna get is 3 way to the outside to around 163.50. So you can take a short right here in the pound with a stop at 163, but do not get surprised, guys, if you see something like this. You see a 3-wave move. I'm sorry, all depends on what happens next. If we get a new high right here, something like this, then that's gonna make 1 2 3 4 5, and then this is gonna do something like this, and then it's gonna go to around this area before it's gonna go higher. That's the same scenario that the euro dollar is calling. That's the same scenario. So you gotta be careful about it. If you're gonna take a short trade, take it from here. This is a stop. You're gonna take it for 161 right here against 163. That's on your consideration right there. Now let's move on a little bit to the yen pairs. Yen pairs, the way I see it is, I still believe, and we believe technically, that there's gonna be more yen strength. This is a triangle, guys. It looks like, look, 3 ways out, 3 ways down, 3 ways out, 3 ways down. This is a triangle, and it should trade around 87.24. Technically speaking, can be over by now. You know how we eat. Sometimes there are truncations, but 87.11 against 87.57, it should be a heck of a trade, because you're gonna be able to cash and move to the downside to around 83. So you're risking 40 picks to get 300. So take that into consideration, my friend. Many pairs right here are showing the same structure. I believe that it's gonna be dollar weakness very soon. I'm sorry, yen strength very soon. Look at the pound yens. It looks like this is W, and then you got 3 ways here, 3 ways here, and another 3 ways. But the second leg needs to be in 5. You got 1 2 3 4, and I like 133 to get a short in this pair, guys. But this is a typical 3-way. If you wanna get more confirmation, wait after this wave to get back and create overlapping, and that's gonna be much better trade for you guys. Finally, let's see, the S&P didn't change too much today, didn't move a lot, it was very quiet. This is what we see in 2 scenario. This is one of them. When we got this is 3, this is 4, this is 1, this is 2, and should move higher at any moment in the S&P. How many ways we see from the top? We see depends. It can be, depends how we call it this, but it can be A, B, C, W, S, A, B, C, Y, and then they move higher. Another way is A, B, C, this is W, S, A, B, C, it's done, and it's going to start from here. Let me point you guys out that I still believe that at least tomorrow 1309 is going to be tested, and then we're going to see the reaction from there, how high it goes. All right, so guys, let's leave it there. Be aware of everything. We're going to keep the 2 trades that we have. We're probably going to add something later on today. Thank you.